Okay.
You have a printer.
Perfect. Yeah.
When you're
Okay.
ready.
Hello. Can you hear me? Sorry? Oh, okay. So, hi everyone. My name is Jorge. I'm the tech lead at Aragon. Today I'm gonna do a new talk, a bit unusual talk. I'm not gonna shill Aragon like I usually do. I'm gonna do another talk about Pay Protocol, which is a side project that I've been doing in the context of Aragon Labs that tries to tackle fixing the transition to a cashless society. Let me track the time so I don't go off. Okay, so let's start with a couple disclaimers. This is mostly a thought exercise and an exploration of how different projects can be created in 2018. It's not only ICOs. This is mostly a side project, so please bear with me. And yes, I know about payment channels, but I think this problem is so big that a little bit of hedging in these strategies is not bad, even if it's a bit more naive than other solutions out there. So why this matters at all? If like, why do we need to like fixing anything if cashless is great and we can pay with our Apple Watch, which is super convenient? And yeah, I agree. Like cash sucks. I barely use cash in any day because it's like really, really clunky. But the thing about cash is that it's a completely fungible medium of exchange, and it allows free trade between free humans. And this is something that governments don't like because like free trade means that they cannot control and people can do whatever they want in their freedom. And that's something that some people in power don't like. So we all know that credit cards are a very centralized information network. And the problem with centralized information network is that they can be easily centralized. And this happens in every nation state every single day. It might not happen to you because you're lucky, but it might be happening to you. So the problem with a cashless world, it means that imagine a world in which like cash doesn't exist. We only have credit cards and we pay with our Apple Watches. Censoring someone, it doesn't mean like censoring their political ideas, which totally suck. It means that they cannot play in the global economy. So it means like complete exclusion or like way worse things. And then you might be again lucky enough to like think I have nothing to hide. Why should I care about? Which probably is not what people in this room think, but people might think that. And the problem is like you might not have anything to hide today, but because we live in a democratic regime, people in power might decide that you're a threat, and you become a minority, and then you do have something to hide, and you're a threat to power. So we should all have this better money that cannot be in which anyone can be censored. And again, if you're in this room, you already know the solution for this, which was brought to us by someone in 2009. And we have that. But what happens? Why crypto payments never took off? Like, there's a lot of signs like that all over the world. Some of you might have paid with that. I personally never did. Well, I did it once because it was fun, but it really sucks. And or like what we think the main core reasons for this not to happen are these four reasons, and we might add like privacy over there, but I think these are the core reasons. It's like network scalability, price volatility, network effect, and user experience, and you probably know about all of this. And the main problem is that people really don't give a shit. They will just use whatever works better if they don't feel threatened, but even people that are really principled, they just use like whatever is more convenient for them at any time. So, what's the problem with network scalability? We have the debate of the century, or of the decade, like how do we pay for a coffee on-chain or off-chain? And the fact is, like, in my opinion, like different transactions and trust relationships require different security. It's not the same doing a transaction with a local Bitcoin guy that you're not gonna be seeing anywhere, like no one again in your world, in the world, or like doing a transaction with a friend. In my opinion, those transactions don't require the same trust and same security. Then the problem with crypto is like they're like a super poor proof of account, unit of account. They're great for hodl, but not so much for like actually living. And the proof of that is, would you denominate your mortgage in ETH? Yeah, probably not a great idea. Then the network effect, which is again the classic chicken and egg, and the reason is like there's no until there's you cannot do a significant number of transactions. There's no real incentive for you to start using this new thing. And then the user experience, like I mean, using crypto sucks, and we are like really not really friendly to new people. Like we just ask them when something goes wrong, and people are so weird. Like we tell them, "Did you send enough gas?" And they will be like, "What's gas?" And it's like, "No, it's like this thing that you need to send. You said the gas price, but right now it's like 3 gig away. But if it's during an ICO, you might need to do it like more because it might take like 3 days to." This is not friendly. People like if they imagine like just having to give $1 rather than explaining them like what gas is, we can do a lot better in the UX part. So what are our kind of solutions for like really making crypto payments happen? So I've like split the solutions in 2 blocks. There's like the super smart people block, and then there's like what Pay Protocol tries to do. So super smart people are solving network scalability and price volatility. Pay Protocol tries to tackle the network effect and user experience. So in network scalability, there was this like amazing workshop that the Giveth and Web3 Foundation organized in Barcelona, and like there's a lot of alternatives to like doing network scalability, and like we're getting there. There's a lot more effort that needs to happen, but we will get there. And with price volatility, we have like a lot of effort done in stable coins. So we can assume that we'll have some sort of standard token that is like has a standard like kind of like a stable value against a spending basket. In this case, like Maker's DAI. So yeah, what's Pay Protocol at all? So as I said, like we're trying to solve these two other issues, like making the UX like not sag a lot and kicking off the network effect, so it kind of begins picking up. So in case of the UX, the first thing that's really important is like if we assume that ETH is going to sag as a unit of account, we need a way for people to transfer tokens without needing ETH, needing to know what's like what's the gas price. So like they shouldn't like be asking for ETH at all if they want to transact with tokens. So kind of like a super brief review of what a token is. Like a token is just a ledger, a simple list of accounts and what the balance of an account is. And when you transfer, you just transfer from one account to another. Really simple. So what's Pay Protocol? Pay Protocol is like a meta token thingy. So and for each account, we track what the balance of that account is in any token. This works with any ERC20 or 777 soon. So how it works is if you have one ANT that you want to deposit into Pay Protocol, you do a transaction, then it removes that from your balance in the ANT token, and it credits that to the Pay Protocol ANT account, and then it will give you one ANT inside the protocol. When you have that, you have it there. You can transfer inside the protocol in a really gas efficient way. And the great thing about this is like you can do like bulk transactions and process many transactions at a time. Or like for example, ANT is very expensive to transfer gas-wise, like 100K gas, because like it's a mini-me token for governance reasons. So here it would be much more cheap to transfer. And then when you want to withdraw, Pay Protocol gives you the token in whatever account in a trustless way. Then there's like, it all happens in like, it can happen in just one function. Because like we have these 2 parameters, which are pull and push. What pull means is like, if pull is true, what you're telling the protocol is, rather than using my account in the Pay Protocol, I want you to pull the tokens from my token balance. You need to create like an ERC20 approval first. So then it's a deposit because you take tokens that you have in the token and you put them into Pay Protocol. And if pull is false, it's like, just use my token balance inside the protocol. And same with push. If push is false, it's like, I don't want you to send the tokens really, I just want you to transfer the tokens inside the protocol. But if push is true, it's like, okay, like just push them out there. So like we can achieve this for like the entire product thingy in like the main function of the protocol, which is a really simple function that is just 35 lines of code, which are barely readable. So there's like 2 main parts of it. The first one is like authentication and checking dependencies, which we will go into that later, which just checks that, okay, it's providing the right signature, you can transfer those tokens, it's not expired, you're not double spending, all the dependencies are right, which I will go into that later. you save that, okay, that's done, you're gonna do it again, you logged it, and then you just settle the transfer depending on like pull and push. If pull and push, then you just do it in the token. You don't even care about token like pay protocol, or and then depending on pull and push, like you do your stuff. It's really easy. So how this is working in like a more visual example. So say that I have 100 DAI in the protocol already. I've already deposited that, and I want to send that to my mom. My mom is like not a crypto user. She doesn't know what gas is. He doesn't have like not even one way, but she wants to like start using the using crypto payments. So I will sign a message in which I said, okay, mom, here you have 100 DAI, and then I will give her that signed message. I don't pay for any transaction fees. She just has that message. Then it's up to her to decide when she wants to settle that transaction and really get the tokens, because I hope she trusts me. She can decide the moment that she wants to like settle that transaction and how much she wants to pay to settle that. Say that she needs the money now. So what she does is like she can do like a second, sign a message from her account. She like that account still doesn't have any ether, so she will sign like, okay, I'm here and I will give to anyone that settled this transaction 1 DAI. And then, but with the condition that this transaction has a dependency on transaction hash 1234. So what that makes is like, if anyone, and then you can like broadcast this into a network of people that can perform these transfers. So if anyone wants to get that 1 DAI, because it's worth it for them to like settle both transactions for 1 DAI, they will just settle both transactions in a bulk transaction, and they will get the DAI. And then my mom will have 99 DAI, and then the other one will have 1 DAI, and she's never touched Ether at this point. And then there's this other third experiment that we've again during an Aragon offsite. It's like, what would happen if you never settle? Like if there's a really strong trust relationship between like all the hops in the chain, maybe you can like never settle the transfer. And then my mom, rather than the second transfer, rather than settling it, she can create like another transfer for like 30 DAI and sign it and send it to like the grocery store. And then the grocery store can like sign another transaction worth 15 DAI for another person. I don't know if this will work like in a chain of like 1,000 transactions, but if you got like 1,000 of transactions, like you can compute that if you wanted to settle all those transactions, you will effectively get your money. Problem would be is like you could like anyone in the middle of the chain at any moment could overdraft, and then if one point in the chain fails, like then everything fails, which would be a problem. But I think this will be a fun experiment to see how this would work. So yeah, that's kind of like the UX part. And now, like, because this is super easy, like this is a super simple construct, it would be great, like, we could get this into different wallet providers and clients really easily, or even do like a very simple wallet that just does this. And it could have a fairly good user experience. Like things that we've been thinking about, it's like, because you just need to send like a bunch of bytes, you can do this through Bluetooth LE, and you can like sign transactions by saying your name, and like, there's a lot of crazy stuff that you can do to make crypto not only more friendly, but like it would be cooler than paying with an Apple Watch, which is kind of what we need to achieve too. And like this is completely like non-custodial. Like people always have a control over the private keys and how the tokens move. So to kick off the network effect, this is more early than the actual protocol, but the idea is like all these other payment providers like PayPal or like Venmo, their strategy to kick off the network effect has been like, go to a Silicon Valley guy and ask them for money for growth, which is basically, okay, give me money to like literally pay users to use my thing, and then you do, if you pay for, like if you invite someone else, you get $10, and then the other guy gets $10. So you're just bribing users to use your thing. But the thing is like, once you have users in, like it might start, like it might kick off the network effect, and then people will start using it because their friends are using it. Like when PayPal did that in like the early 2000s, they were growing at a 7% a week, which is like super crazy growth rate. But if you give money for free to people, like people like free money. It's great. And with like magic crypto money, which we can just literally create money out of thin air, give it to people. And what's the utility of this token? it has no utility. That's the beautiful thing. We don't have, like, because there's no one selling tokens, we don't have to like make up a silly token model that is going to suck and is going to fuck your investors. We just say, this has no utility, but since no one is selling it, we're just giving it away for free. It's good. So it's like just a pure governance token, which I think we will see a lot of soon. And then like this might be a networking with like different stakeholders, like wallet providers or people that are in the fee market and settle fees. So they're stakeholders that will want to get some governance tokens to like ensure the future of the protocol. And I actually really enjoyed like Trent's talk on token engineering yesterday. And I think the function that this protocol will try to optimize is like spread of the use of the protocol. So I have some ideas that I want to like process, but I didn't have time, so I just put that for now. And this protocol was really like actually really easy to do because like by using Aragon OS, we were like able to like have upgradability and governance of the protocol really, really easily. And like by being in the like using these simple interfaces, actually all the token minting and all that doesn't even need to be audited because it's already audited. It's just a link to an Aragon app that says, okay, give tokens and to manage all that. So that was really, really easy to do. So yeah, what's the team? There's no team. This is the great thing. Like Aragon is not in the business of doing like crypto payments or whatever. We have actually decided that we want to be like a 20-ish people team. We're 13 now, but we want to keep it small. Our mission is really clear. We're building a digital jurisdiction for DAOs or like individuals to thrive. But this is not part of our thing. So, but what we think is like we can start doing projects with no team. Like the idea of the project should be strong enough not to need a team behind it and shilling the coin or whatever. Like the thing should be strong by itself. Also, sadly, like there's no ICO. This is what makes the whole thing legal. Like we don't need to make up like a stupid token model because like we can just say, okay, this is a governance token. It will probably be a security. It doesn't matter because like there's no one to go to jail. It will be anonymous token holders getting the token for free. So yeah, like go after like DAO, 0x, AB, whatever. There's nothing to do. So yeah, this is kind of way I wanted to talk about this because like this is also only becoming real to like build projects this way in like with ideas really have their own way of like for like the things that we're doing at Aragon. And we are what as Luis likes to say like many times, just make a DAO and fuck them and like get the SEC to go after the DAO. Like good luck with that. So we are really soon to like make this a reality. This is actually Aragon Core 0.5. Can we get the light a little bit because I don't think like dimmer because I don't think this will be the video. We'll be able to see the video otherwise. Okay. So we'll see. This is like the first time we saw this sneak preview of Aragon 0.5. This is like live code running, like actually a video. So here, like all the templates that we are shipping with right now. You claim your Aragon ID for your organization. You give the ENS name. You actually parameterize your template. Different templates can have like different parameterization. This is like setting up the democracy, whatever. And boom, you get your DAO. Like in a real main blockchain, like it would take a little bit more time, but since we're running locally, it's great. These are the votings about like the Bay protocol. Then you vote, and then that's happening on chain. And like we are so happy to like the last release that Aragon did. It was like March 30th, 2017. So that's like almost a year ago. So we've been working for almost a year, but like we're happy to announce that Aragon 0.5 beta is coming next week. And I couldn't be happier about this. We're almost there. So proud of the amazing work that the team has been able to pull on to like bring you Aragon 0.5 next week. It's gonna be really, really cool. And yeah, that's all I got. You have all the cool links there for like learn more about Aragon and Pay Protocol. But yeah, thank you so much.